Welcome back once again. This is Deman bringing you League of Legends on the VODs. And it is going to be MeetYourMakers versus LowLandLions. It is the third match in the ESL Masters Series, or Major Series. I'm not too sure the exact one of that. It's EMS, regardless. And it is the third place playoff. This was happened on the 28th of September, I believe. And for LowLandLions, as you can see, we have on our screens Morgana is going to be Tabzz, Ishtai on Janna, Alibabba on Gangplank, Zealot on Jax, Sneaky on Ezreal. And important to note, obviously Gangplank going to be in the jungle and Janna support. Pretty standard layout there, but this time Sneaky, who we are using the replay of, is on Ezreal. For MeetYourMakers, it is going to be Shad on Vayne once again. Cassiopeia will be Extermin, Araneae on Udyr in the jungle, and Sona as the support, and Irelia up the top with heiN. And there is Araneae, just getting a glimpse of them. So up the top, well, what are we going to have? I guess it's going to be Jax versus Irelia, and it's a pretty strong top pair, really. Jax is one of those that have really come into their own as of late, by a couple of people playing him, really. I can think of, obviously, members of, say, Hotshot at Gamescom, as well as Snoopy, who the SK guy is. I've seen him play a fantastic in the I-43 semi-finals, which actually turned out to be the World Cyber Games UK playoffs, really. Played a fantastic Jax along the top. He was playing for his British one-night only team, but they lost that match, in fact. Well, they won that match, but they lost the best of three. But unfortunately, we couldn't do VODs for that because the client was broke at the time. So Zealot is going to return to top. Jax also obviously become pretty much the insta-ban for Dominion, as I'm sure everyone that's played it is aware. Dominion, I am very impressed with Dominion, I have to say. I do like it. I'm a little concerned that I've got these square shadows underneath here, which tells me I might have a setting now wrong on this game. And I'm also seeing some rather strange replay functionality going on, but I'm sure that's just something in my end. So Alibabba is going to be taking the blue golem. No invades between the teams. We'll take it out with a smite and back away. Had the help of Ishtai and Sneaky. Obviously the difference between the blue and the purple side starting. The fact that Shad, yeah, you can see he's actually low on hit points already and lost a bit of mana. That's because he's probably been fighting these golems down here. So the advantage you get on the blue side, and there is Babeta coming around as well. So Ishtai is going to be picking up opening gold. Cheeky Q there from Sneaky, just catching the gold, or it could well have caught Babeta, but hit the minion instead. Up the top, let's have a quick look up towards there. Zealot and heiN. It's going to be a hard one to keep track of. We don't have the hit points. In fact, they are both very tanky as well. Going to be hard pressed to keep on top of that one. Extermin playing Cassiopeia. Cassiopeia also one of the very strong ones in Dominion of late. I've noticed. Shad, he pretty much won the lane. You have to say, he had double the CS of Sneaky in the last one, so it's going to be an interesting one to keep our eyes on down the bottom here. And Sneaky, instead of playing Tristana, is on Ezreal. I've never been 100% convinced as Ezreal as a carry support, mainly for the fact he does rely quite a lot on them abilities. Those abilities do a lot of damage. And, you know, early on when Ezreal came out, he was so overpowered, it was silly, but who knows? He has a lot of escape abilities as well, and obviously, of course, that global ulti that can go across, sort of global ulti. It's a map covering ulti, I guess you could say. And Shad is going to keep doing that, but it looks like Ishtai is on the ball, getting that shield down. As soon as he hears Shad, the Gambol, you can see a possible gang coming up at the top here. Alibabba will come around the top. heiN took a hit from the tower there. It's going to go around. I don't think Zealot was quite ready for that. He's going to get in there. Does get a counter-strike proc as well. Just got it off the minions. Doesn't manage to land it, I don't think. Will he be able to get the jump on him? That's the question. Will he get the jump? Yes, he will. The counter-strike as well, and that will be first blood. Zealot taking him down. Very nicely done there. And the minions helping him out. Extermin has come up the top. He's obviously going for Zealot. There's going to be a Araneae coming around the side there. Does manage to get the poison on him, and the ignite goes down on Zealot as well. I think he will go down. Extermin paying the price there. Caught a little bit off guard. That's going to leave Morgana to push mid, continue the farm. They're going to get a bit of a hit on this tower as well, because Alibabba's had to back away. And Araneae's going to leave a rather large stack of the caster minions beating away. Let's have a look towards bottom, see what we missed. Sneaky's having to port back, and of course we don't get pulled back now because thank you very much to the Haxalot for that change. Shad continues to farm his merry way down the bottom here. So 1-1 kills, first blood to Jax. Jax will have gone and back, and he's got himself Ninja Tabby. Alibabba just defends the turret briefly and goes back to his jungling path. Ninja Tabby also for Irelia there. I think I just could have glimpsed myself. Yes, I did. So Cassiopeia returns back to bottom. Has been and got some sorcerer's shoes. Tabzz yet to go back and buy. Let's have a look down the bottom. I see Ishtai getting harassed there by the support Sona. This is Babeta coming down, having a little poke. Gets a little poke back himself. Sneaky gets a cheeky Q across Shad there. Continues his way, picking up the support. Shad trying to force them back using that Gambol to get in there and just give it a really nice crit shot, which is what he had to let go eventually. He can't hold it all the time. And Sneaky is picking up a bit of CS here. Starting to clear it out. He's trying to get it before the turret hits, which is why Shad is harassing him. He's trying to basically make sure the tower gets all the hits in here, but you can see Sneaky is actually landing them this time. And I've just spoken to Sneaky. We're saying that he missed that one. Oh, and he missed that one as well. And he missed that one as well. Yeah. Sorry, Sneaky. I just happened to focus it at the wrong time. Zealot trying to back away here. Extermin trying to get the poison down. He does manage to get it on towards Zealot there. Zealot, he's going to have to back on towards the turret. Extermin continues to put the pressure on him onto the tower, diving on him there. Zealot manages to dive back while he took some tower hits. I don't know why Cassiopeia continued to put the pressure on there, but Zealot managed to just power up that W skill, sorry, and just jump straight on him. And you get that quick burst of around 300-400 hit points. Even at this level, he's at what, level 3-4. You know, you get that quick burst already. So getting caught out by 2 tower hits as a caster is less than ideal. It's going to make him go back. Will it? That gold will have helped him out nicely, and he gets a Doran's Blade there, so he's going to come back. Meanwhile, down the bottom here, Tabzz has had a little invade there onto Araneae, has had to black shield himself up. That's going to prevent the stun. You can see Araneae does manage to land the stun this time around, but Tabzz is going to get the prison down, the dark bindings, and back away from it. Looking back down the bottom here, Babeta getting a bit of pressure on him from Sneaky. It is 2-1 in kills, remember. Lions picking up that initial. And let's have a quick look at the CS. You can see in the middle at Tabzz 56 and Cassiopeia on 29. That's no shock because Cassiopeia we've seen gold walkabouts twice already. Zealot taking the bit of damage here, but that counter strike being procced is going to pull them back to the bush and quite happily farm away. So we'll look at the CS between those two. Jax on 23, Irelia on 32, and Irelia, of course, once he hits that... ooh, Extermin just stealing the blue buff there, actually. Alibabba had his blue buff stolen, and Morgana will not be happy with that, but I don't think they're going to be able to do anything about it there. So jungle invade from MeetYourMakers, very nicely done, 745 in, managing to go and get that second spawn blue buff. Whether they have gone and got a ward there, I don't know, and it has been completely cleared out as well. So Alibabba just resetting the timer on that one. Alibabba thinking maybe he should do a jungle invade as well, which is where he's going. Tabzz just missing the dark bindings on Extermin there. Back down the bottom, CS-wise. Ezreal 34 and Vayne at 57. So again, that pushing on towards the tower is causing them problems. Alibabba just coming into the bush there. There's no wards. Oh, but he just gives himself away there. Just walking straight in there. Shad actually pins him on the wall briefly. Not too sure what the overall goal was there by Alibabba. Whether they were thinking maybe getting a gank or whether they just purely came down just to show himself. I don't know. I'm really not sure what the aim was. And he's going to buy Sneaky enough time to get the CS at least. Back towards the top. Zealot has quite happily building up his relentless assault. It's one of those things that you want with Jax. It's like, okay, I've got me 10 stack. Let's start fighting. Oh, I've lost it. And heiN is going to clear out that way. No problem. He's been in got a Doran's Blade as well. So the 2 bruisers with Ninja Tabzz and just got a glimpse of Cassiopeia there. Has backed away. Ezreal still down bottom there. Zealot getting stunned. Counter strike procs. Just carries on farming. So between the two of them, they're going to have a little farming spree. And they're trying to come off. So the reason Cassiopeia keeps coming up here, they want to stop Jax farming as much as possible. And same goes for Jax really. Alibabba, sorry, is going to have to go up the top a lot because they want to stop Irelia farming. Very hard to stop Irelia farming. Then once he gets that level 6, like I say, the ulti, even if you push it straight towards the tower, he can Easy just farmed up. Shad getting a pin on towards Ishtai there on the tower side there. Janna, Sona trying to get across. Hasn't got 6 yet. Can't quite get the ulti across, but that will be a kill on Ishtai there. And Babeta still not quite hit 6. I got a feel if he'd have had 6 there, that could well have been a double kill. Then again, you could just say, if Janna had hit 6, he could have just ulted and blew them both away. So yeah, okay. I'll give him that one. 2-2 kills. And Extermin has the ulti on him from Tabzz there. Not quite, just flashing out of it before it procs off and gets that stun. And Tabzz taking a hit on the tower. Turns around, puts another dart bindings and pulls straight down on Extermin. Extermin trying to use his ulti there, but Tabzz was looking away. So it didn't have the stone effect that he was hoping for. Zealot now, they're going to push on towards the tower. Alibabba coming in, going to use his buff, I would suspect, but that's going to be Araneae coming around. He still hasn't used that buff there. No, not going to bother using it, no. Doesn't feel the need, obviously. Let's have a look down the bottom. Shad has got himself some Berserker and 2 Dorans, Ionian and 2 Dorans for Ezreal. 10:45 in this. Again, we're seeing a respectable time before people attempt the dragon. Continuing to passive farm for a longer period. Zealot has now pushed the wave. Whether he's going to back away, but like I say, Irelia will just clear that wave, no problem. Tabzz comes up top. Back into mid, sorry. Clears that wave. Zealot has got the ulti from heiN going on him there. Does get the counter strike. Hasn't used it. Meanwhile, down the bottom, I missed the attempt on Sneaky there. Sneaky going down. Wasn't even looking at that. I saw the red hit blip, but I just assumed it was the usual poke back and forth. I wasn't quite expecting it, and that will trigger the dragon attempt by MeetYourMakers. Araneae goes in. He's going to start it off. Shad with him, and Babeta, and Cassiopeia, and there's nothing they're going to be able to do about that because Tabzz was gone away. Yeah, Alibabba's miles away. Clairvoyance goes down. Dragon cleared out. And of course the timer resets now with the Clairvoyance view on it, which is one of the things they added in 2 patches ago, maybe. Meanwhile, Zealot is beating away on the turret at the top here. And somewhat free as well to beat on it. heiN has now come back, so had gone back and bought. Got himself a second Doran's Blade and a Mana Crystal. Does he know that Zealot's pulting away in that bush? I guess not. Otherwise I'm pretty sure it'd have interrupted him. So Ezreal has returned to bottom lane. Needs to get his farm on. He was a long way behind in the second match in CS. This time around, not quite so bad. 61 to 81. Still 20 behind, but overall, not the worst. I think he was about 60 behind in the second match. You can check those matches out, of course, on the VOD. You probably, chances are, if you are watching this, you've already seen them. Unless you managed to find your way miraculously here through the delights of YouTube or some forum post they may have spammed out there. This is entirely possible. I do a lot of spam. Sneaky getting a cheeky Q onto Shad, but that's going to get immediately countered by Babeta's heal there. And the Sneaky trying to pop the ulti across, but they both managed to dodge that one. Did manage to go across all the minions, so he's going to get some easy gold farm in there. And I think he's just going to push the lane and go back and buy. I assume that's the plan, although he's only got 660 gold. I'll keep my eye on that. Let's have a look back up towards the top there. We can see Jax is now going to get Araneae coming around. My sixth sense, or dude potential was triggering there. And Zealot manages to get the counter-strike across. Flashes out as well. He's going to get a jump if he should so need it, but he didn't bother jumping to the minions. Instead, he stood there, and heiN managed to get the final dash and taunt, and the stun on him. And I didn't understand why Jax didn't jump to that final minion by the tower there. And that surely would have saved him. I guess he thought he was out of it, or I'm not too sure whether he even had the timer maybe not up. Tabzz is going to try and go for Extermin. Extermin dodges away from that one. Tabzz with the blue buff, so I must have missed it somewhere along the line. They must have invaded and took the yeah, they must have taken the other blue buff, because that wouldn't have spawned back by now. Well, maybe it has. I don't know. Maybe it is their own blue buff. I don't know. I've been keeping my eye on other parts of the map. Just catching a glimpse of Araneae coming down from the side. Ooh, dodging out the way. You know, that looked like from the replay it went straight through him, but maybe it's... oh, Oh, I'm seeing blips down the bottom here, just catching a glimpse of Sneaky being taken down by Shad there. As soon as I see them blips, going to get straight down to it, so managing to take him down again when Ishtai was not in lane, so on his own, just caught up there, got pinned on the wall, and once Shad pops that ulti off with that BF sword that he's got now, he will be doing a ridiculous amount of damage. It's the way that Vayne works. It's like a Tryndamere style. You know, he can just build up those critical hits and really do massive chunks of damage once he manages to get at least a BF item on there. Certainly if he gets like an Infinity Edge, he can just be so horrible to play against if he's allowed to farm. Zealot's going to back away. Araneae's probably going to get the stun on him here. No, he's going to back away, but heiN is there, so Araneae doing his job. 5-2 at the moment. MeetYourMakers with that advantage. Just got a glimpse on the side there. Yeah, Araneae trying to get around the backside of Zealot. Just got a glimpse with that ward. So it's well placed, that ward. It's just I normally do a bit closer, but I guess you probably don't quite get the vision off, but that's probably why I'm going wrong at the moment. I'm going to have a quick look down the bottom here because I can see the Alibabba is having a go in there. Ishtai is having to use his ulti. They did try and have a gank attempt there, but Extermin had made his way down. Alibabba taken very low there, and they have had to back away. The ulti going across, not really going to catch him on. Does manage to wipe the minion wave out though. Has got that building the phage up there, but looks of it at the moment is Ezreal. heiN though continuing to free farm up top. Have a look at the CS, 106 to 82, so heiN with a slight advantage there. Down the bottom, Shad versus Sneaky with 94, Shad with 120 and 3-0. Remember, Ezreal on 0-2-0 at the moment. They're going to push on towards this turret. Top turret does go down. That's heiN taking that one down. And now Jax is forced backwards. Bottom turret is going to go down. That's going to be the second turret for MeetYourMakers. Will they manage to reverse one in towards the mid there? No, they will not. Tabzz will not get that down. Doesn't have enough. And they are going to turn it around. They're going to try and push back. I think it's Cassiopeia they were maybe thinking of. Yeah, Tabzz is going to make his way down. Will he manage to get a prison dart bindings off? He's going to come around. He's going to be able to have to pop his ulti in a second though, because he just got a glimpse of Irelia there. Does manage to get the bindings across him. Tabzz isn't going to use his ulti though. He just needs to be careful he doesn't get drawn into anything there. You can see Cassiopeia continues to push him. Araneae is taken very low here. Sneaky does come around the side now. Doesn't have his ulti. Yes, he does have his ulti. He could have put the ulti straight across the team there. That would have been a prime example. Doesn't matter. Tabzz gets taken down. Zealot jumps in, goes to try to go for Extermin there, but instead gets forced away. The ulti from Sneaky finally goes down, but he doesn't quite manage to do enough damage. And that's going to get away. Shad though taken very low, gets a parlay across him. That's going to slow him. Zealot does jump across towards the minions, gets a counter strike, I think, on Araneae there, takes him down. Gangplank taking Shad down. That's going to even things a little bit. 4-6 in terms of kills. With LowLandLions, I think they could have done potentially better there. Tabzz was delaying on his ult. He wanted more people together. Wasn't quite enough. The Dragon's due on 1740, so right about now. So it could work out well for them. If they can pick up that Dragon, that will even things a little bit more. Obviously losing out on the first Dragon, all important. Zealot did come down just about in the right time, I think, as well. And they do pick up the gold for that. Cassiopeia taking a look. And are they going to try and maybe go for him? Yes, they will do. Extermin's been caught out of position here. Counter-strike triggered as well, because Zealot was still holding that counter-strike. They get turned to stone. It's not going to be enough. Extermin caught out of position there. 5-on-1. Don't matter how strong you are, you cannot survive a 5v1. And Zealot really, it helped quite well there. Zealot holding the counter-strike still from when he was fighting the Dragon. So he must have been right on the limit of just running out and resetting there. But Sneaky's going to pick up a chunk of gold now. 6-5. Cassiopeia really just, I think all he was trying to do is reset the timer there, or possibly just put a ward down. Let's have a look, see if he's got a ward on him. No, he was just trying to reset the timer, I think, on Dragon, so they could see, okay, right, that's done. But yeah, caught out of position entirely. So Tabzz returns to mid. Ezreal picks up all the farm down the bottom. Shad getting a couple of shots on towards the minions in mid there, and then backs away from Ezreal. And Sneaky, he's gonna catch up his CS here. This is gonna be his chance to catch up on that CS. He's had probably about 3 creep waves here at least, along with that Dragon, and I think he picked up a kill. No, he didn't. But he got 3 support kills. Yeah, you can see 114 to 128. So he's caught up on the CS just from those 3 waves. So no matter how well you do in lane phase, if you just have a momentary lapse like that, Gangplank ulti going down, Araneae getting caught out with the dart bindings, and Extermin taking around about 3 shots as well there from the tower, because Tabzz had been hit by the poison pool. I'm sure someone could come up with a proper name for it. And Babeta managing to get caught there by the Dark Bind. He's going to go on towards Araneae. Tabzz, sorry. Tabzz just shields himself up. Alibabba's stunned, and the poison going down. He's going to walk away from that one quite happily. Jax is still up top. Ezreal still down bottom. So they're really just doing damage control, holding off this turret. They could do with the rest of their damage dealers coming in here, because this turret's taken pretty low. You can see Sneaky's focus is now on there. Isn't going to come up, though, in time. I think he just ulted across. No, he didn't. He didn't even ulti across. Has bolted back instead and got himself a Sheen along with that Fade, so building up the Trinity Force ever so slowly. Jax, in the meantime, has got the build cutlass, has got their Hextech Revolver, so the Gunblade just about to be completed, but looks like he's porting back. Tabzz has got the Rod of Ages along with the Sorcerers. Let's have a quick look and show you the tab while things are slowing down. There's the Hextech Gunblade now completed. Infancy Edge completed by Vayne there, 335 CS, 225. So things are evening themselves up, mainly for the fact Sneaky's just had himself about 3 or 4 creep waves off on the bottom lane. Morgana 175 miles ahead in CS compared to 91 of Cassiopeia. So a long way ahead there, because Morgana is like one of those ultimate farmers. Oh, Gangplank ult buff being used there. Are they going to go for a Baron here? Not too sure. Dark Bindings goes across. Does manage to catch on to Extermin. Ulti being used as well. That's going to be Extermin going down very quickly there. And that was very nicely done. That might just buy them time there. Tabzz just caught a glimpse with him. Managed to land that Dark Bindings. The pool goes down. That's going to wipe out the chunk of CS there. Tabzz kind of needs to go by. Or at least do something, because he's got no mana. So it's not going to give him the ideal opportunity to go for that Baron, which it looked like they were actually setting up for. But instead they turned around for that. Araneae just getting a bit of poke on him. Araneae has been in the jungle, remember, so he's got himself the Wriggle, Madras Razor, sorry, and the Kindle Gem, well, looks, I think I just got a glimpse of. Yes, he has. Sona versus Janna. You can see the two supports. Sona has got the double gold items. Janna not quite there yet, so obviously the 4 assists are helping out there. I think it's like 150, is it, for an assist or something? 150 gold, depends on what sort of kill streak, etc. the person you're assisting is, but it all helps. Irelia at the top there, 154 CS, has got the Trinity Force complete compared to Jax. Jax obviously went for the Hextech Gunblade, is 5-1 though, so the all but 1 kills are done by Jax so far in this game. Zealot warding up the Baron. Just catching a glimpse of Vayne pushing bot there. And Sneaky is going down. I personally would go there. I was going to say, I'd personally go from the turret. So Zealot going up the top there. heiN pushing along on Irelia. He's just going to use to farm out that creep wave. Using his counter strike as well. If you're ever against the Jax and he has that little shieldy type thing around him, that's when you know his counter strike's up. So if he has that there, that little blue sheen, not the blue buff, the little sheen, light blue sheen that's going around him, that's how you know the counter strike's on there. If you've never played up against the Jax, or you're just thinking, how does he always have that? You know, when you see that trigger, that's when you know you're in trouble. And he is going to jump straight towards heiN there. Does manage to do a quick burst and then back away. They want to push on towards the tower instead. I think heiN's made a mistake here going in, because down the bottom here is Tabzz. Tabzz does manage to get the Dark Bindings, and Araneae taking a little bit of damage there, but the rest of MeetYourMakers are coming around. So we've got a 5-on-5 up the top here. And we're going to have a 5-man push on towards that turret. And this is the difference when you lose out your lane phases. The fact that MeetYourMakers managed to take all 3 outer turrets down. Really from, well, apart from the middle one actually was a bit of a fight. But the top and the bottom was pretty much from the lane phase. Just a successful lane phase. And it gives you such a big advantage. Gives you a vision advantage. And of course the advantage of not having to do a 5v5 fight on the turret. Which probably if you've done a lot of solo queue or even 5v5, just not so organised 5v5s, that's probably the situation you always find yourself in. Sorry for ripping the camera around there a bit too quick. I tried to take the scroll speed down as much as possible, which is kind of like here, so it's relatively viewable from a stream's perspective, as well as obviously VOD doesn't really matter so much. Oh, Araneae has been caught out. He's going to have to use his flash if he's got it. I'm not too sure whether he does have a flash. I'm trying to think when he last used it. Just got a glimpse of heiN now. heiN's been, so they've been split up here, and I think they were having a little check around Baron, and now you can see the pings going down. LowLandLions are saying, you know what, we could go for Baron here. But I think the rest of the team have maybe said, no, bad call. Pick up the blue buff, pick up the dragon. They need to deal with Irelia. You can see Irelia continuing to push on the top. Their dragon has, I believe, spawned 23:55. Yeah, it's been up. In fact, I bet MeetYourMakers are here, which is probably where Alibabba's going to come around the corner there. It has been taken already. Yeah, they've just taken it and just gone down the bottom there. So, dragon buff was just taken. Tabzz needs to pick up the blue buff. And he will do. And again, Irelia continuing to push on there. Dragon 30:35. And Irelia's backed as well, so it's going to be another wave or two of minions that Ezreal will pick up. While Zealot continues to just push a little bit in towards the mid there. Just build up a creep wave to go towards the tower. Give them something they have to think about. Let's have a look at item builds while we're having this lull. I can't really show you MeetYourMakers because we've not had any vision on them for a short while, so I think they've all bead and bought. When I say bead, obviously I mean recall. It's just general lingo. And Babeta clears out that ward at the back of Baron. And puts himself a ward down as well, I believe I just saw. Zealot with Counter-Strike available. Is not going to go in there. Clairvoyance goes down. We just get a glimpse of Vayne. Vayne's got himself... Oh, Sword of the Divine. So the reason he's got the Sword of the Divine, obviously he wants to activate it when he attacks Jax. It's basically to prevent him getting the dodge. Which... Of course, he's probably going to have dodge runes on. He's got the Ninja Tabby on as well. So really, it's just you have that 8-second time limit. I think it's 8 seconds, isn't it? 8-second active. Yeah, 8-second active. But it gives you more armor pen and basically makes it unable to dodge, which is why he's gone for that one. So, which is ideal for shooting Zealot. Zealot's obviously causing them problems. Well, Tabzz was trying to port away there. Whether he was just baiting them in or not, I don't know. We're going to recall up the top here. Sneaky's going to go back. I guess he's going to complete that Trinity Force now. Yes, he will do straight away. Gets that Trinity Force complete. Bit of a stack down the bottom. Probably going to get Sneaky go down towards the bottom. No, he's going to look at the waypoint mark. Looks like it shows him coming in here. And I think they're going to try and sneak around the back side. Well, Alibabba pings the side. This is actually a situation you do often find yourself in your solos and in your 5v5s, is when they do all go missing. And so often you just see some guy randomly work his way up the lane and you think, what are you doing? You're going to get caught out. Bottom turret is going to go down very quickly. That inner was taken down, no problem, because LowLandLions are going for Baron. So Tabzz has realised he's going to need to go support that. Zealot will be able to take this down. And this is a, you know what, I've seen LowLandLions doing this before. They got caught out last time. They are going to try and complete it this time around. And surely MeetYourMakers know that they're going for it. They will take that base turret down. They managed to catch down Shad there. Goes in, gets his ulti down. Shad's surely going to get taken out by Udyr. Tabzz gets taken down. I think Tabzz will pay the price for it. They have not got the Baron buff on yet. They finally got it down. So Tabzz didn't manage to get it. They were all taken very low. Doesn't have his ulti, unfortunately. He could have get a wave straight across a lot of them there. Trying to get his Q. He's going to get his speed buff in a moment. Oh, bad timing, because heiN turned around, tried to go for him. He did manage to take Cassiopeia down. Takes Udyr down as well. The double kill. Meanwhile, Zealot is pushing. Is he going to push the wave in? Just go straight for the inner turret. They need to get straight in there. That's going to be a glitch, is what that is. What on earth is that? What's going on here? A bit of a glitch there, but they are going to push straight in towards this inner turret. They have managed to take down just about everyone apart from Irelia and Sona, so they're going to hold off probably on towards the base turret, but LowLandLions are going to use that. Not too sure really whether it was worth it. I mean, how do you counterbalance that? The fact that you've just lost an inner and a base turret to just getting a Baron buff, and only 3 of you, really the only one that counts is Alibabba and Zealot. I mean, it's all well and good Janna having it, but it isn't that helpful when you've lost Morgana and Ezreal, both which had the buff on. So I'm not sure about that call by LowLandLions there. I've seen a team actually get caught out as well. I think it was this Team Sona mid? I'm trying to think who it was. There was definitely a match that I've cast on my VODs in the list somewhere. Please feel free to leave your comments, because you guys probably know them better than I do. Where there was a fight happening here, and an identical push along the bottom, whereas they did manage to get that, but instead they'd lost, I think they lost the Nexus turret as well in the process, so they really lost out heavily, and it just backfired on them hopelessly. I think it might be CLG or TSM involved in it, and it may well have been against LowLandLions. I'm sure LowLandLions were the ones doing the pushing. I don't know. I could be wrong. It might well have been Millennium or what were they, AAA at the time. I've really got this horrible glitch across the map now. I'm not too sure what caused it. I'm sure someone could tell me, but there's just like this wall. What's going on with that? What's that all about? It's like cutting across the map. I don't know what's going on here. Some random glitches just suddenly appearing. So bottom turret is going to go down, and again Cassiopeia is pushing along the top. So while LowLandLions choose... Oh, Shad's going to get caught out there. Does manage to ulti and get the hell out of there. Instead, he's not going to get out of there because Morgana's going to catch him out, and the rest of the team do manage to pounce on him. Alibabba trying to take a maneuver on towards heiN. Needs to be careful. He didn't get caught out himself. The rest of the team do catch up. That will be the inner turret down. Cassiopeia has had to port back. Needs to come back and help his team out. That's going to be the bottom inner turret. So 2 inner turrets taken down now with that buff. So maybe that's going to slightly justify it. Can they get this base turret? That's the question. We are 30 minutes now. Just at 30-minute mark. Tabzz is has used his ulti. I don't think anyone else has used their ulti. Apart from that one, they're just been used up there by Ezreal and really not catching too much with it either. I think that's just going to buy them time to back away, clear the waves, and pick up the red buff on the route, I guess. Yes, they will. I think Drake might be due. Yeah, 30-35, so that's where they're heading. They will pick up the dragon on the way out. And Sneaky gets in place, ready and waiting. Zealot jumps to him. It's important to note that as well. When you do have a Jax around, sometimes you need to assist him with jumps to escape some crazy situations that they often catch themselves in, especially when they're diving a little bit too much. Ishtai taking the chance to go, quick, I can get some CS! And then Zealot comes out, oh, alright, you can have the rest. Okay. 1700 gold here for Sneaky. Sneaky looking like he's saving up to possibly get an infinity edge, I think, here, maybe. He has got the pickaxe. He's going to need a fair chunk more. 1650 for the BF sword alone, and then another, what, 1820 is it for the critical cloak, and another 300 to combine, I believe. Something along them lines. Zealot pulls back, Tabzz picks up. Tabzz now up to 375 AP, has got that Rabadon's death cap, and a chain vest, which tells me he's probably building into a Zhonya's hourglass, which is ideal for Tabzz. As Morgana, you go in, you can flash into that situation or whatever, get into that situation where you're in the middle of them all, get your ulti off, hit the Zhonya's hourglass, and bang, it does a lot of damage everywhere, it blows all their abilities on you if they're not watching. So, difficult one to call at the moment, I have to say, because we've had the Baron go to LowLandLions, haven't used, I mean, they've got the 2 inners, but they have got that inhibitor exposed. As of yet, they are 10-8 up in kills. Remember, they were 5-2 down, 6-2 down at one point in the lane phase. Lost those all 3 outer turrets first before MeetYourMakers lost a single one. They have managed to turn it around well. Tanking on towards the turret here, Zealot. Zealot needs to be careful. The rest of MeetYourMakers are going to come around now. They will react, but I don't think they're going to react in time. This turret will go down, backs away. Alibabba tanks it up. Oh, they haven't took it. They haven't took it, but they have backed out of there. And Shirelia's Reverie, I think, just got used there. Or was it just... I think it may well have been a Shirelia's. Is that Alibabba with it? Or has Ishtai got it? Yeah, it was. Shirelia's Reverie. I'm sure just saw them all speed up there. Tabzz is just going to land his dart bodies on to... I think he went on to heiN, actually. They've got a lot of escapability in there. You know, the fact they've got the Janna, Howling Gale, etc. through. Zealot tanking it up. I can't believe they didn't take it. It's just 81 hit points, but not to worry. They can just go around and backdoor that, no problem. Massive creep wave down the bottom here. Careful, why are they trying to engage now? They're just backed away from the fight. Why would they even attempt to engage there? They have to go deal with this massive creep wave because that's going to go straight into a bare inhibitor. There's no tower to prevent it other than this small creep wave of their own. And that's not going to be enough. So Alibabba is going to go across. They are going to deal with it and pick up a chunk of gold as well. And while the rest of LowLandLions have had to defend here, trying to get the Dark Binary, see if there's anyone in the bush. There was not. heiN takes a little bit of a poking damage. Has himself a Spirit Visage and the Wriggles and the Trinity which he had earlier, along with the Fortitude Potion which he's got running. Irelia is on Udyr there, I just got a glimpse of as well. Extermin now up to 350 AP, so just a little bit behind Morgana, but they have that initial burst and they're trying to take this turret down. They nearly did as well. Just a little bit more, and I think Vayne could finish that one off. And there is Vayne. Vayne now got actually been and bought a second a triple endurance. Actually, didn't have that one, so obviously deciding needed that little bit more hit points. Baron was due on. When was Baron due? I reckon Baron's due right about now. The fact that MeetYourMakers have just moved into position, didn't see a timer, didn't see when they got it, wasn't really paying attention, but that tells me that MeetYourMakers were thinking of a Baron there. Baron buff had run out. That was a while ago. We get this random blue band across the screen. No idea why, or where, or how. Did they fake? Did MeetYourMakers fake it that they were going south and then go north? It looks like they did. They're going to go around to Alibabba. They're heiN diving onto him. Probably the worst one to go for because he can obviously just suck down them lemons and walk away. That's exactly what he does, just used it up there. Poke back and forward. This is the stalemate that we often get. Clairvoyant's running out, so they can't see into the bush. They've got no ward placement, so they've no idea, no vision on them whatsoever. Ishtai with the Oracle knows that there's no wards around there either, so they're both pretty much blind, just seeing Sneaky pinging back and forward, procking that sheen. You can see that glow around him. Let's have a look. And they are going to go back towards the minion wave, so coming around the side there. Araneae is... He's gone tanky. He's not going to do a tremendous amount of damage. He's got 124 attack damage, so he will do a fair bit. And Zealot needs to be careful. Zealot is going to get caught out there. I think he's going to be able to jump to it. Instead, he's gone diving in. He went in towards Vayne there. Gangplank ulti going down, and Tabzz goes in with his ulti as well. It's Extermin they're going to go for. Extermin will go down. Gangplank still just about surviving. Jax does go down there, and that's going to be heiN going down as well. Surely they're going to pile on towards heiN. Yes, they will do. heiN will go down. It's going to be turned around. Get Araneae. Oh, bind is landed on Araneae. That's going to be Araneae going down as well. This has worked out very well for LowLandLions. I thought maybe it was going to backfire. It's actually Shad they went for initially. Oh, Babeta's been caught out. Once that parlay lands on you, you're going to get slowed right down, and he's going to go down as well there. That's going to be Sneaky picking up the kill. I think this could be GG, you know. They've got 4 men alive. Jax won. Jax dived in towards Shad. I thought that was going to be GG for MeetYourMakers. I thought he'd gone a little bit too excessive, but instead he managed to get out of it. Alibabba taking the turrets there. Tries to back in and out, just about surviving. 36 minutes gone. The first inhibitor will go down. There's a huge stack up the top there, which might need dealing with, but I don't think they're going to worry about that too much. They're going to probably follow it in. No, because Baron has spawned, so they're going to go straight back. They're going to port back. Not going to go for Baron. They don't really have the mana to, so I guess that probably works out fine. They're all going to port back, all going to buy. Let's see what they buy. They have got Quicksilver Sash and a Ginsu's Rageblade to go with their Hex Tech. So Jax is kind of like ultimate performance. That turret down to 128 hit points, just about surviving. Remember that one was on very low as well, 81. And they are pinging the Baron. MeetYourMakers are surely going to react straight away and go for Baron. But the thing is, they know that LowLandLions are going to be doing the same thing. It's a... Oh, Irelia's down the bottom. That's got to signal time. That's got to signal the time to go. Irelia has not got teleport. They have to go for Baron now. They have gone for Baron. They knew exactly. Ishtai's got to be careful. Doesn't get caught out. Babeta wants to try and come in and get the ulti across. They are going to turn around and do a bit of damage onto him. Ulti being kind of wasted again by Sneaky there. Araneae's trying to cause himself all the issues. That's going to be the Baron picked up there. And it was really all about Irelia being caught down the bottom. Araneae's going to get taken down here. The slows keep going on him. I think the Clairvoyance Gangplank ulti goes down. That will be Zealot picking up the kill on Udyr. And that turret is on 81 hit points, so that's not going to last 5 seconds. One singular hit from Alibabba takes it down. Again, it's so critical. You need to think about your positioning when, certainly in situations like that, the minute you show yourself at that stack down the bottom, you are too far from the map. Didn't have teleport, was not able to react quick enough. Tabzz does manage to get the bindings on towards heiN there. He has got himself a Thorn Mail, so trying to... I'm not sure what he's trying to prevent there with a Thorn Mail. I guess the basic attacks from Zealot, but I wouldn't have thought his basic attacks... He's not going to be doing too much basic attacks. Same with Sneaky as well. I don't too sure that Thorn Mail probably... I don't agree with the Thorn Mail there, I've got to be honest. I don't think that's the greatest thing to go for. Extermin has got himself to 431 AP. Meanwhile, looking towards Tabzz. Tabzz has got himself 609 AP. Has got that Zonya's Hourglass completed. Goes around, and there's a big wave going along top as well, but I think they're going to back away from this one, picking up the red buff. Kind of a bit of a disagreement between the team. They are going to pick up the red buff very quick. It's almost like a drive-by shooting. And that big top wave will get taken down very quickly by Cassiopeia there. But they're going to go in towards that turret regardless. Darkbind is trying to flick across, and Araneae was ready for it. Cassiopeia, remember, you know, LowLandLions could easily still get caught out here. They do have the Baron buff. But, you know, if they get caught out badly, MeetYourMakers could easily turn it around quite quickly there. Instead, it looks like it's going to be an ulti from heiN there, going straight in. Zealot diving in there. Zealot's going to get taken down in the process, but Tabzz managed to go in there. Has got that Sonya's Hourglass, remember, if he needs to use it. I don't think he did. He did get taken down there. Extermin getting the kill, and this is what I said. They could easily turn it around there. Cassiopeia getting a kill as well. That's going to be a triple kill for Cassiopeia, and that is going to be Tabzz trying to get away. Sneaky does pick up the kill finally on Cassiopeia, but Ishtai is going to get away with that. That was quite a precarious situation, considering they had the Baron buff there, and now Irelia and Shad and heiN, sorry, are going to clear out this bottom wave quite easily. Sneaky will go and pick up the buff. Oh, of course, he built a Build-Wall Cutlass and a Last Whisper. I was thinking he was building a... I keep forgetting the pickaxe turns into the Last Whisper now. I was thinking he might be building Infinity Edge. I did wonder why he was going for that, but wasn't watching, was I? 40 minutes gone now. Drake at 56. The base is pretty much derelict. Didn't quite manage to go for that tower. Went for the kills instead. So let's pick a quick drink chance while we... Oh, I needed that. 40 minutes gone. I'm straight talking. I do need a drink now and again. It's the downside of being a solo cast when doing these VODs. Actually, to be fair, I have had quite a lot of people asking me to do duo casting with them with these VODs, but the problem is when I do the VODs, it's really a case of when I find time during the day. It's not a set period, and especially when I'm doing midweek, I'm doing them at lunchtimes, as I've mentioned in previous videos, so it's not a case of I can just go, yeah, let's set that up and do it at a time, because most of the time at night time I'm playing. I'm playing Dominion or something like that, or working, or you know, all sorts of these things that get in the way of real life. So LowLandLions are regrouped and they're pushing back once again. I think they're going to take this turret down. I don't think that MeetYourMakers are quite in position to react to that. They were not. Irelia's Reverie just been triggered there by Alibabba. He wanted a piece of them. Doesn't matter. heiN's going to come round. Zealot gets a counter-strike triggered there. I think he's getting ready to try and jump on someone. He does do. Gets a counter-strike onto Extermin there. Manages to rip Extermin apart. Turns around, gets the ulti across him, but he manages to survive there. Zealot backing away. That's going to be Sona putting the ulti across as well. Ishtai ulti blasts Shad away from him. Continuing to dive. Will get the res back on himself, but it doesn't matter. He's going to back away. GG given out by Udyr, and I think that's quite right. Not too sure what MeetYourMakers are going to be able to do to defend this one singular Nexus turret remaining. Just being beaten down by Zealot there as they blast away on towards Araneae, and Zealot dives straight in there. Has got Guardian Angel, remember. Does have the counter strike on. It's going to res back up and immediately jumps straight on towards Araneae and gets the kill on him there the minute he spawns back out. That's GG. And LowLandLions take third place in the ESL Masters. Some great matches really between the two teams, but well played, LowLandLions. They didn't have the greatest of lane phases, but just seemed to pull it together when it came to the team fights, which we have seen quite a lot lately. So just never write the game out when it's a lane phase. If you have a good team, a good structure, it can pull together well. So congratulations to them. This is Deman bringing you more